negative. My answer to that would be, well, I'm going to become such a fantastic person. I'm going to be so capable, so charismatic, so interesting, so tall, brown, rich, and sexy, so successful that when I meet a woman, I can counteract their ideals because she's going to listen to me over anything she's heard from the mainstream media or the Matrix itself because of my brutal capability. I'm going to blame myself and my lack of capability for not being able to convince her that my way of thinking is better than the way of thinking she was previously convinced of.
Yeah.
Instead of blaming them completely and pretending I have no control over the situation. There's nothing more feminine and gay than sitting around saying some dude who's never met my chick controls her mind more than I do.
Yeah. Don Lemon.
And I can't convince her that my way of thinking is better than what the news says. Well, you're a little bitch, and you deserve the outcome which you're going to get, which is eventually her cheating on you and leaving you.
Yeah.
Because you deserve it. If you were a man of agency with chi and life force, if you had any power inside of you, if she could look at you and see you as a hero, she'd be happy to believe you. And
Welcome back to my channel, guys, and in this video we are going to watch another Android emergency meeting. In this meeting we are going to learn a lot of amazing things. Personally, I learned a lot of amazing learnings. We're gonna talk about Dubai and why you should listen to your mind and let your mind control your body. Do it for the loved ones, and it's all, anything that happens to you, even it's good or bad, it's all your fault. And the importance of brotherhood. So subscribe to my channel right now, and let's start our video without any waste of time, because time is money. Enjoy your video, guys.
see that, Tristan? I click and it plays Mr. Producer. I've reached such high levels of producing that I now control things with clicks, with the move of a hand, like an ancient king that decided the fate of his peasants, whether they're beheaded or not. I can just click and play videos. So be careful.
That isn't true.
Be careful.
I saw you use the mouse.
No.
So you made that up.
No, I clicked and it played.
I don't think that's true. I think you made that up.
Anyway, I want to talk about Dubai quickly because I love being here.
I want to talk about, actually, before you talk about Dubai, I want to talk about our new studio, and I've got a name for it. Did you know this studio is named? I named it about 1 second ago. You know what I called it?
What?
The Studio of Mosquitoes.
Nice.
Very different to our studio back at home, where when there's a mosquito or a foreign invader, we can spray him with Raid and nuke him to stop him from upsetting our podcasts. Here, the mosquitoes reign. The mosquitoes are truly in charge of this studio.
Nice. Mosquito Studio.
And you have to call me Itchy Foot Tristan.
I don't have to call you that.
Well, what? You're the one who set me up.
Okay.
You've been working in leagues with the mosquitoes the entire time to make sure that one day we'd have a studio where they could get me as much as they like.
And, you know, now that I've been discovered, perhaps that actually ties into our subject for today, because I feel like after 3 years being locked inside of Romania, my newfound freedom has given me some new perspectives. Of course, we went to America first, and we went back to Romania, and now we're in Dubai.
We did all of America.
And I've realized how much Western countries are constantly infighting with this endless power struggle. Let's actually analyze how much energy, collective energy, resource, and capability is being directed towards effectively a civil war of ideas in countries like America, like England, like Europe. Republican versus Democrat, or black versus white, or liberal versus conservative, whatever it is. Think how much energy and time is being constantly spent on infighting as opposed to inwardly improving the country or competing against enemies. And this is a very important point.
Yeah,
because
so let's take it country by country. In England, if you're the prime minister and you have the majority in parliament and you are mainly in the chairs in that room, every time you have an idea, you have to listen to 45% of that room argue with you and tell you why your idea is garbage, why your idea is rubbish, why you shouldn't be allowed to do your own idea despite winning the election, and you have 4 years before you need to call another election, run, campaign, raise money, and see who gets to sit in those chairs. Every single thing cannot just be done by the prime minister, because he has a lot of losers on his own team who will betray him and vote against him, depending on the size of his majority. So that's England.
This is a thought experiment, right? Because democracy is inefficient for this reason, but the point of it is to avoid civil wars. The point of it is to avoid a hot war. So there's a constant, never-ending Cold War of internal divisions, which Dubai does not struggle from. So Dubai's primary focus each day is to improve as a destination for the rich and the wealthy. All of the collective energy is being directed in that direction, which is why they're so monumentally effective and competitive globally. That's why they constantly win, which is why so much of the world's wealth is coming here. A lot of people say Dubai has no soul. That's not true. Dubai has a soul, and the soul is for winners. And Dubai is winnerland, and people who don't win don't like Dubai. But people who endlessly win understand that their safety is probably the most important thing, and the fact that their assets and their money is protected is also the second most important thing. So Dubai is a winner's culture for winning people, and there is a soul here. The soul actually is the brutal efficiency of things. And when you talk about this, of course, people think you're advocating for kingdoms over democracy, and kingdoms can easily go wrong if you have a tyrant or a negative leader. Of course, no system is perfect. But the whole point of democracy in the first place, the reason we're supposed to tolerate this endless, constant, cold civil war of ideas and this decentralization of power structures, so we're living in brutally inefficient political and economic systems. The whole point of it is so that we can choose our leaders. Once you understand that you don't actually get to benefit from democracy when it comes to something as simple as choosing who your leader is, once you realize that it's rigged, which we now accept most of Europe is now completely a scam, then what's the point in democracy at all? At least with an absolute monarch, you could direct all of the potential energy, which is currently being spent on infighting, towards improving the country at least.
Yes.
So democracy is brutally inefficient. It leads to a lot of division within the country itself. And now you don't even get to choose your leader anymore, which is kind of hilarious, truthfully, that democratic norms are being promoted and everyone's sitting around talking about democracy all the time when it truly gains nothing, makes people hate each other, makes them argue nonstop. And at the end of it, the people who have done all the arguing don't even get to choose who their true leader is.
Yeah, and let's not name any countries, but every single Eastern European nation, every Eastern Bloc nation was sold this dream, and they threw off the shackles of communism in the late 80s, early 90s, every single one of them, from Czechoslovakia, Poland to Romania, etc. And they did all of this because the idea was, look, one person isn't in charge anymore. You yourself get to have a say. You get to play a part. And it turns out that if you have joined the European Union at any point since the fall of communism, what you did was you left the Iron Curtain, you left the Soviet Union, and you joined what is basically a copycat version of what the Soviet Union was. I mean, the people in charge of the European Union are unelected bureaucrats you don't get to vote for, and they're in charge of everything ultimately in your country, no matter what. So this dream of democracy that you've been sold is completely false if you live in an Eastern European nation. And brave leaders like Robert Fico, Viktor Orban, and a few people even in Romania who could well be the next president are standing up to this ridiculous system. It's good to see.
So we're going to talk about a lot of things today, but we're going to talk about the fact that there's these civil wars politically. Let's also approach that mentally, because I have a lot of people who are constantly asking me similar sounding questions about some degree of doubt that they seem to have in their mind when it comes to their capabilities or their intentions. There's so many people who doubt themselves or doubt what they're capable of doing. And your mind, at least, needs to be an absolute monarch. That's the one place. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze.
Now you're not going to.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't sneeze on my podcast.
Your mind must be an absolute monarchy. I cannot remember the last time I won anything unless I was winning by force. You do not win. There's no easy ride to the end. There's no democratic, smooth sailing, fair election, girl boss, woke, liberal bullshit versus conservative, we won the vote crap to the end goal. You're only ever going to win by force. And force can only be implied by an absolute monarchy. So even if you're living in the West, when you understand you're living in a false democratic system, which has done nothing but lie to you and cheat you of all of your opportunities since the day you were born, your mind must be an absolute monarchy where your commands are instantly obeyed and you instantly comply with your own mind. If your mind says, I'm going to train today, your body must instantly comply with the overlord, the absolute monarch, which is your intention, because it is intention which matters above all things. You know, people talk about motivation all the time, and I'm tired of getting asked this fucking question. Let me explain something to you about motivation. If you felt like doing something and you didn't do it, you were never motivated. And if you didn't feel like doing something and you still did it, then you were motivated. How you feel has absolutely nothing to do with motivation. Motivation can be measured purely by the action in and of itself. Did you take action? Did you do what you were supposed to do? If so, you were motivated enough to do it. Even if you didn't want to do it, even if you hated the idea of doing it and was resentful about the fact you had to do it, that is motivation. The action itself.
Because when you look at words like procrastination, they give big fancy titles for this. What procrastination is essentially is wanting and needing and knowing that you must do something and disobeying yourself. I'm dehydrated, I'm going to drink this water. You know what? Your brain knows you need to do it. I know I need to do it. I'm thinking I need to do it, and I just don't. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world, because if you can't listen to yourself, how do you expect anyone else to ever listen to you? How do you expect to ever be the boss of anyone else when you tell them what to do? They're going to obey you, which is necessary to run a family, to run any small to medium-sized company, to have, I guess, any real level of success in the world. If you can't listen to your own commands, you have no chance of having authority over everybody else, because people can smell it. They can tell a dosser when they see one.
So in a democratic society, if you're unhappy with your ruler, you simply try and vote for somebody else. Of course, assuming democracy is real, which we know it isn't. In a kingdom, in an absolute monarchy, if you're unhappy with your ruler or you're unhappy with the country, you leave. And I think men at home today need to be absolute monarchs over their lives, and anyone who's unhappy with your leadership has every right to leave. And this is actually a fantastic way to measure your capability as a man and your ability to get people to believe in you and your leadership. Let's imagine this. You're an absolute monarch of your life. You say what you want to do. You say how you want it to be. You say how you're going to live. You get it done. If a woman decides to stick by you with your absolute instruction and command, then she believes in your leadership. You have shown and demonstrated enough capability, perspicacity, indefatigability for her to sit at home and think, I want to follow this man wherever he is leading me. If she leaves you because you are not bending or breaking to her will, because it is an absolute monarchy that you own, that she is living within, then you're going to find yourself very, very lonely. So a great way to measure your capability as a man is to wake up and say, this is the life I want to live. This is how I'm going to live it. This is what I'm going to do. And see who's sticking around beside you afterwards. See which women are still there for you when you make it very clear how you intend to live your life. If you say, I want to live with my brother and I want to have the best time ever, and I want to live with my best friends, and we're going to make a whole bunch of money, and we're going to focus on trying to be as strong and powerful and capable as possible, and I'm going to see you when I feel like seeing you, and until then you're going to sit over there. This is the life I'm going to live. If you're a man which is worth dealing with the lack of time that you have to share with her, she's going to wait. And if you're not that man, she's going to leave. So you can live with absolute monarchy and reign as a king, and you're going to find out a lot about your capability, not only from women, but from men too. What men want to stick by you when you say, look, this is how I'm going to live my life. This is what needs to be done. This is the life I'm going to live. That will teach you a lot about yourself in an absolute monarchy. If you're going to have the mentality of a democracy and start sitting around with your girlfriend or your friends and talking about what maybe should you do, you're now spending all your potential energy infighting in a bullshit civil war instead of actually focusing on the tasks at hand. And this is why people fail.
You know, and you promote these ideas all the time, and you talk about the struggles of men all the time, and you talk about how men suffer all the time, and how men seem not to matter by society all the time, and you get attacked for it, you get called misogynistic, but the exact same example that you just gave for men is used by women all the time.
That's the only way women live.
Men and women say all the time stupid things like, oh, well, you know, the hotter she is, the crazier she can be. So what is being hot? It's value. The crazier she can be is the more compromise the man has to put up with, right? And people laugh at that. Oh, yeah, the hotter she is, the more crazy she can be. Haha, that's fine. Girl boss. That's completely fine. Women rule the world. But when you talk about male value, what men can bring to the table, the more assertive I can be, but the amount of assertiveness I can assert, I guess is the word. But yeah, the higher value I am, the more assertive I can be. People start being like, oh, well, because you think you have money and you bring that to the table, you can tell your woman what to do. Yeah, a little bit. I do. And exactly the same example is used by women all the time, for women all the time. And no one seems to care. Nobody seems to mind. But when you're a man and you say something like that, people attack you. But it is absolutely a fact. And how do you get your value up? By being assertive with yourself. So you're completely right there.
Sorry for interrupting in between the video, but if you don't want to listen to my commentary and my perspective on this speech, you can skip and watch the remaining Andrew Tate emergency meeting. So first he talked about Dubai, and I think the same way Andrew Tate think about Dubai, and I have the same feeling about Dubai because there is no tax, there are a lot of opportunities, and Dubai is a land of winners. Like if you go to Dubai and you are hardworking, consistent, and disciplined, you can actually grow. You can actually grow your potential. You can actually grow your finance. You can actually be good at everything if you go to Dubai, and if you are disciplined and consistent. So, and but there is one thing that I don't like about Dubai because of its hot weather. Dubai in summers it's very hot there, and I don't like summers that much, or I don't like that hot weather. That's the reason I don't like about Dubai. But other things, all the other things I like about Dubai because there is safety and no tax, a lot of opportunities. It's a land of bliss and a lot of other things. The second thing that really hit me hard is he said that listen to your mind and let your mind control you. A lot of people are think like that. I feel tired today. I will do it later. Like they know they have to go to the gym. They know they have to work. They know they have to do push-up. They have to do squat. They have to do home workout. But they still are lazy losers, and they think like that. Oh man, I will do it later. I will do it tomorrow. Their mind are saying to themselves that you have to do it. It's necessary for you to go to the gym. It's necessary for you to do work. It's necessary for you to go to the work. It's necessary for you to build yourself and invest in yourself. But they're like, let me watch some reels and relax. Then I will do it tomorrow. I'm feeling so tired today. No, you're not tired. Maybe you're tired, but you have to do it for yourself. Your mind is saying to you that you have to do it. And if you do it, you will actually win in life. You can actually win. Sometimes it also happened to me that sometimes my head start hurting and I can't do the work, so I sleep. I know it's my fault, and sometimes I don't do the push-up. Sometimes I don't do to the gym. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not like I'm not that hardworking, but I know I have to become a hardworking by doing these things. If my mind is saying that you have to do push-ups, I have to do push-ups. I don't have to give excuses like I don't want to push up. It's hot there. Maybe I get sick. I don't have to give excuses to my mind. My mind is saying to you, you have to work out for a better shape. You have to work out for getting lean. You don't have to eat junk food. And that's the reason. Listen to your mind, because if you start listening to your mind, you actually starts improving in your life. Listen to your mind. What is your mind saying? Your mind is saying that, like, let me talk about myself. My mind is saying that I have to work, I have to make more videos, I have to make short videos and upload consistently. But the other side of my mind is saying that, oh, relax, it's hot there, you can do it tomorrow, you can do it later. No, bitch, no, I can't do it tomorrow. Today is the time. Today is the time. Today is the best time to start. And right now is the best time to start. Some people or think like that, oh, I'm getting old, I can't start this, it's getting too saturated, and I'm too late to go all in this, and all this thing is excuse. But think about it, like Andrea said that yesterday is the best chance to start, today is the second best chance to start. So start today. If you don't go to the gym, go to the gym, listen to your mind. What is your mind saying to you? If you have to walk your off. Work your ass off, man. Because if you work hard, if you go all in into this for at least 6 months, for at least straight 6 months, you can become an important person in the society. Everyone will respect you because you achieved that nobody achieved in the society. You achieved that others can't even achieve. You tried things that others can't try. You have the gut to try things that others can't even try. This is it. Always listen to your mind, bro. Always. And do hard work for at least 6 months, because in 6 months your life can be changed. You can become someone. You actually can become someone if you sacrifice your life for 6 months. Maybe you fail again and again, but at last you win, because I believe in you. God has reward for you. I don't know your name. I don't know who is watching, but whoever is watching, I believe in you. I believe in you, and you will get successful, you will get rich, you will get everything you want. But all I'm saying that you have to sacrifice your life for at least 6 months. Maybe you didn't get successful in 6 months, but you will learn a lot of things. You will learn a lot of things that you can apply and will successful in, and you will be successful in maybe next 1 year, next 2 years, but at least you get successful after some years. All you have to do is to sacrifice your life for some time, and then you will become an important person. Every woman will start loving you. Your parents would be proud of you. Everyone says that, look, this is my friend, I know that, and I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of him. I'm already proud of you, bro. Before you win, I'm already proud of you because you are on the right path. I'm proud of you because you are on the right path. You are watching my videos, you are watching annotate videos, and you are on the right path. And I believe in you. You will get successful in life. Just sacrifice your life for some years, and you will get what you want. I really care about you. I really care about you if you get successful or not. So please work hard so you can become an important person and you don't have to face that pain again. Bro, looking, work hard with discipline. Nobody is coming to save you. Enjoy your video, guys.
Yeah, completely. So you talk about absolute monarchies. Monarchies are built on the faith in the king himself. Democracies are not based on that. Democracies are actually based on the forever promise of a better future. Democracies are based on the fact that you have an idiot ruling you now, but don't worry, you get rid of the idiot and replace him with somebody competent later. And of course, another idiot wins, and you get told, don't worry, at the next chance, you get to get the idiot out and replace them with somebody competent. Let's look at the UK. Keir's come. Before him was
Rishi Sunak.
Before Rishi was...
Theresa May.
Was it Theresa May before Rishi?
I think it was Liz Truss for a day.
The point is, nobody's happy with any of them. But everyone's waiting for the next vote, thinking the next guy will not be an idiot. And they always are. So
Always.
Democracies are based on the future promise that in the end, somehow, later on, it's going to be okay if you only suffer now.
But if
that is what procrastination is. This is the exact same thing. If I delay this, I may not have to do it. If I delay this, it's all going to work out later if I just avoid the work right now. Kingdoms are based on something else. Kingdoms are based on absolute faith in the leader himself. The second that people lose faith, they know that he's never going to leave, and they don't have trust in him anymore, and there is some degree of uprising or changing of the guard because no one's prepared to live under his leadership any longer. So kingdoms require action. Kingdoms have a burden of proof to its constituents that democracies do not suffer from, because democracies, you can be the leader of a democracy with no intention of making anything better. You just have to ride it out to the end of your term. Then you get replaced with some other puppet. You've enriched yourself and done no work, and everything's fine. What's the repercussion for the Democrats who just tried to destroy America? Nothing besides hundreds of millions of dollars stolen.
Nothing.
They got to steal hundreds of millions of dollars, and there are no repercussions for them. They had no intention of actually serving their constituents. A king has an obligation to its constituents, which is why you need the mindset of a king for the exact same reason. You now have an obligation to the people who believe in you. You now have an obligation to yourself, because it is an absolute monarchy that you are in control of. You can no longer delay it. You can no longer procrastinate. You can no longer live in the promise of a better tomorrow, of a perfect future. There is right now, and you have obligations you must fulfill. And I want to make this very important. By fulfilling your obligations to yourself, you default fulfill your obligations to everybody who believes in you and cares about you and loves you and relies on you. By fulfilling your obligations to yourself, you're not trying to get strong and get rich just to buy dumb shit. You're doing that because you owe it to yourself. You're doing that because it's going to please your ancestors and please God and please the universe. And by extension, you are automatically going to become more valuable to everybody else who believes in you, which strengthens your kingdom, strengthens your absolute authority. And there are some times in life as a man, you need absolute authority to be effective. If this house sets on fire, I need to be able to say to my woman, get up, run. I don't have time for her to say why. I don't have time for her to say, where's the fire? Maybe you can put it out. My friend's boyfriend didn't yell at her like that. Why are you being rude to me? There's no time. I gave a command, and I expect to be obeyed because it allows me to save her life and mine. If you do not have absolute authority over the people you are providing and protecting, you are not actually effective as a leader at all.
Yeah, and it's what you have to look at is the price that you pay for procrastination and the price you pay for a lack of assertiveness in your life. So let's take democracy again in the United Kingdom as an example. When do I think the last time the UK had a well-intentioned prime minister in charge? I would say
Thatcher?
maybe John Major. He only had a majority of one, couldn't get much done. But perhaps John Major was a well-intentioned man who was in the office, who cared about his own country. I'd say that was probably the last time. So what is the price that you pay for procrastination? In England, this dream of, oh, it's going to get better under this guy. Oh, we can vote him out. Let's get better under this guy. Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, David Cameron, and we just run through this endless series of morons. The price you pay is a wasted life. Because if you've been living in England thinking things are going to get better because you vote, I gave this example about Brexit, about a friend I knew who worked in a gas station, who's probably still working in the gas station today. If you've been slaving your life away, hoping that if you vote for the right person, your life is going to get better, you could be my age. When was John Major Prime Minister of the UK? 1993? Was that his last year? 97. Sorry, 1997. You have wasted your life. And it's exactly the same if you sit around, maybe I'll go to the gym, maybe I'll start this, maybe I'll start this project, maybe I'll start this business, maybe I'll talk to that girl I like. You're going to end up 45, fat, chronically ill, too injured to even save yourself with training and to get back into shape, lonely, no kids, no money, broke, and the type of person that people don't want to deal with, which is another circumstance that keeps you broke. So the price you pay for this is not as simple as a bad year or a bad 2 years. It is literally a wasted life, because we only get one spin at this. And if you throw it away, you've thrown everything away.
There's nothing more beautiful than absolute accountability as a man. It's truthfully the most beautiful thing a man can experience and implement inside of his mind. Absolute accountability for all things, both the good and the bad, to blame absolutely everything on themselves. I promise you, If you stop making excuses, you stop waiting and praying for some kind of better future, and you wake up every day and say, all of the good in my life is my fault, and all of the bad in my life is my fault, and I'm the only one who can fix this. It's never going to get better by itself. It's never going to be fixed by anyone else. It's never going to be easy. I have to win by force. I must force myself and my mind to brutally perform. There is a degree of comfort that comes when you understand that the power is within your own hands. And this is the life you want to live. For this reason, I want to make something clear. Now that I'm in Dubai, when I'm in Dubai more often, I think I'm going to be in Dubai most of the year, my intention is to run war room events which encourage this absolute self-accountability. So I have an idea for an event called The Purge, where the bottom 10% of performers are not kicked from the war room, but they're banned from this particular event. And I'm going to explain what all of this is inside the war room shortly. So people are going to come to the event, and the bottom 10% of performers will be purged, and they will not be allowed, or they will not be capable of completing this event for at least 6 months so they can train themselves and prepare to try and do it again. This is beautiful. And the beautiful thing about it is you either pass the test and are proud of yourself, or you fail the test, you are purged, and you suffer the sting of regret and the brutal, you're going to be humbled brutally. This is extremely important as a man, because I want to put together something where every single war room member can blame themselves completely and absolutely for the outcome. When you do this as a man, things are different. I like monarchies because I like that there is a ruler, and all the good and all the bad that happens is one person's fault. In your life, that should be you. In the country you live in, it should be somebody you have faith in. And I didn't realize how much I liked monarchies till I came to Dubai and saw there's nobody arguing with each other about how things should work, because things already just work. And that's truthfully amazing. Let's apply that to mentality. You're not going to argue with yourself about what mentality you should have or how you should implement a mindset to be most combatively effective and what's going to make things work the best if you're already working the best. You're not going to doubt your mind if you're already massively successful in all realms. The reason none of my enemies can convince me the way I think is wrong is because I outperform them. How can you tell me that my mindset is wrong and the way I think and act is not the correct way to be a man if I ruthlessly outperform everybody at everything? I'm better under stress. I'm more successful. I'm more well-known. Why would I want the mentality of these little trolls who nobody even knows who they are? They're insignificant nobodies. Why would I want to adopt the thinking of sad losers when I can be a competent, capable, and happy winner? And this is extremely important. I keep applying it back to politics, but let's keep it on the mindset here. If you start to succeed in the way you need to succeed, you will no longer doubt your thinking patterns. Why would you go to a therapist? Why would you go to some idiot and beg them to change the way you think and feel if it was leading you to where you wanted to go? If the way you thought and the way you felt, even if it was negative and sad, even if it wasn't a positive feeling, was giving you the results that you wanted, you would still want to retain that mindset. This is extremely important.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at how me and you have survived over the last 2.5 years. A lot of people, when they are caught up in a situation like we were caught up in, would sit around and blame the world for it and play the victim and be sad about, this is happening to me, I have no control over this. Let me tell you something. Even in our position of, let's be honest, monumental success that we were in beforehand, if you put two minds that were lesser than ours in our bodies over those 2.5 years, we would be broke. People would have killed themselves, literally killed themselves. People would have started, I don't know, drug use, drinking, let their life spiral out of control. How did me and you retain absolute control? Because, one, we had endless emergency meetings with each other every single morning. Call an emergency meeting, of course. Sit down. All right, Andrew, we're in this situation. Whatever, it is what it is. We are the kings of our own castle. We are the men who are in charge of our own lives. How do we stay rich? How do we stay influential? How do we stay successful? And we fucking managed, despite all the odds. I said something on X the other day. I was talking about false accusers. I said, you know what, false accusers, if they don't get the death sentence, they at least deserve to go to male prisons. You want to cry about rape? Put them in a male prison. See how they feel. False accusers do deserve to go to male prisons when you're female. Let's see let's see how victimized you are there. And people were like, oh, well, that's harsh. That's harsh. oh, it didn't hurt you that badly, Tristan. I'm like, yeah, but I'm Tristan Tate. I am Tristan Tate. But, at the lowest of the low and the hardest of the times, I realized that I know men personally and have met people personally who have wanted to kill themselves over a lot less. They take people's lives from them. And me and you did an absolute excellent job of weathering the storm. And that comes down to emergency meetings,
nice,
brotherhood, and personal accountability. That was all that got us through. Those 3 ingredients, nothing else.
Yeah, we blamed ourselves for absolutely everything that happened to us. Because my mind's an absolute monarchy. This is my world. So I'm responsible for everything, both the good and the bad.
Got too famous, talked about the election, denied the election, talked about COVID, talked about the vaccines, talked about the Ukraine war. And you know what's funny? I talked about all these things trying to wake people up. There is still a small regiment of retards who still think that my incarceration had anything to do with human trafficking, despite the decision last year to throw it out due to lack of evidence. There's still this small contingent of retards. When I was saying all these things that got us into trouble, and you were saying all these things that got us into trouble, what's super ironic and scary and sad now is we were proven right about everything we said. Everything we said, from the election being rigged, just look at how Kamala Harris got 20 million less votes than Joe Biden. 20 million people vanished from the voter registry. So you were correct about that. That got you put in jail. On day 1 of Russia's special military operation, I was saying Zelensky's a corrupt, crooked psychopath who was killing his own people, and Russia's the good guys. That turned out to be correct. Now we have people like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. saying now, a few months ago, the exact same things I was saying 2 years ago.
Yep.
And everyone's like, oh, wow, is that what's really going on in Ukraine? I'm like, well, I did kind of tell you so. Yep. And I had to suffer jail because of it. The COVID vaccine, don't even get me started. The mask mandates, don't even get me started. Absolutely everything we said and suffered and went to jail for, we did for you, our listeners, the people in the world who called us crazy at the time. And for people to sit around now and be like, okay, well, they spoke about everything that the mainstream media wanted to purport to us in a negative way, and they've been proven correct. But while they were saying it, they started getting thrown in prison. This must have something to do with human trafficking. I'm sorry, you are retarded. You must be mentally defective if you cannot see the pattern here.
Absolutely correct. And just to tie this back to the War Room Purge event, which I'm going to launch inside of the War Room in the coming days. I'm going to announce the opportunity for people to come to the Purge. Isn't it beautiful for a man to turn up, try his absolute best, or otherwise attempt to try his best, and be completely responsible for the results, to get the benefits of a positive result and all of the negatives of a less than perfect result. There is nothing better as a man than to turn up and get a fair shot. That's exactly what you should want. You should want, as a man, to be judged for who you are and what you're capable of, with no sugarcoating, no positive spin because you know somebody. You want to just say, here's who I am. This is what I can do. Give me a fair chance. You want a fair chance in court. You want a fair chance in life. And you want to be the kind of man who says, if I have a fair chance, I'm going to win because I believe I can work harder than everybody else. The Purge is going to ban the bottom 10% of the people who attend from ever attending another Purge event for 6 months unless they've improved themselves. It's going to be the best event that the War Room's put on this year, and I'm very excited to do it in Dubai. Let's read the super chats quickly because I know we have a few of them.
Yeah, I was in a War Room event yesterday, actually. Hey, Have we
got a video of the War Room event? Let's play the video of the War Room event, and I'm going to tell everyone what the Purge is. Guys, the Purge is going to be this. We're going to do some sparring. I'm going to put together a fight event, and I'm not going to judge you on how well you can fight. I'm going to judge you on how well you try. How many times you get up off the canvas, how hard you push yourself, how many rounds you can go through. And the people who do perform the bottom 10% will not be allowed to come back to another Purge event for 6 months. You have 6 months to train and improve yourselves. Those who do fantastically, the top 10%, are going to get a reward special one from me. There is nothing better than turning up, putting on gloves, even if you've never fought before in your life, and showing that you have the grit. Because you can only win things in life by force. This is a mentality decision. This is a chance for you to prove to the world, prove to your brothers inside of the War Room that you never quit, that you never give up. This is a test to see who's a quitter and who's a winner. It's called the Purge. It's going to be coming soon to Dubai. We're going to get out into the desert heat. We're going to put some gloves on. We're all going to hurt each other. And we're going to see what you're made of. This is Tristan's event from yesterday. This is yesterday, right? Let's
So this is the end of the video, and we're gonna talk about the three points that we learned from this video. So I learned that do it for your loved one, and that's the reason. Like that's the reason I'm doing this YouTube. That's the reason I'm doing all this hard work, because I want to make them happy. I want to make them proud of me. I want to make them loves me. I want to say them that I know this guy. I want to I want my woman to say that he's my man. I'm so proud of him. He's so successful. He's so intelligent. He's so smart. I want my parents to say that, look, that's my son. He's so successful and he's so intelligent. I'm proud of you. We are proud of you. I want my brother to say that, look, this is my brother and he's so good at everything. I'm doing this for my loved one because I love them. And if I get successful in life, if I actually get successful in life, they will live the life they dream of. I'm doing all this for them because I know I only have to work for 3 to 4 months and I will get their love. I will get everything I want. I will make them actually happy. They will be proud of me, and that's make me happy. That's make my life amazing. That's the goal of my life. My goal of life is not to have cars, plenty of cars, a yacht, a big house. Of course I want all these things, but my main goal is not that. My main goal is to um, make my loved one proud of me. And the next part is the next point is, it's all your fault. Go, go, watch yourself in the mirror and look. Are you fat? Are you lean? Are you in good physique? Are you really muscular? It's all your fault. If you're fat, it's all your fault. If you're lean, it's all your fault. If you're muscular, it's all your fault. Everything good happens to you. Every bad thing happened to you. It's all your fault. You are the reason. Don't stop blaming others that I live in this country. There is no opportunity in this country and I don't have anything. It's all your fault. Stop complaining about your parents are not rich. Stop complaining about at everything at all. It's all your fault. Get up and think about how you can change your life, how you can improve your life, how you can uh, become better. So you don't have this feeling that it's your fault. You don't have this sad feeling that you are nothing, you're nobody. Think about it. Get up and get your life better. It's all your fault. If your woman doesn't love you and doesn't respect you, it's all your fault. If your parents are not proud of you, it's all your fault. If you don't have friends, it's all your fault. Imagine if you really work hard, if you're funny, if you're handsome, if you know how to talk, your woman will never leave you. Your woman respects you. And if you are the person who is funny, who know how to talk, who is actually working hard, I'm not saying about rich, I'm saying that work hard, who works hard, your woman will respect you. And there are a lot of guys who are watching whose women respect them because they are actually know how to talk, they are actually funny, they are actually hardworking, and they are doing something in their life. It's all your fault. And I even request you, even I don't know you who you are, whoever is watching, I request you to work hard because I care about you. I really care about you, whoever is watching. Please work hard. I don't want you to listen to the uh, people. I don't want to listen to your boss. Get up and do whatever you want. Do whatever you want in your life. I don't want you to go through heartbreak because you are not enough and your woman your woman leaves you for someone better. I want you to become better so your woman will never leave you. And if you are single, all the girls want you. because you are better in physique, because you are better in talking, because you are funny, because you are hardworking, you are rich, you are earning some money. I request you to work hard on yourself. I request you, because I don't want you to be in pain. Please work hard, brother. I love you all. And the last and important thing I learned from this video is about the brotherhood. How brotherhood is so much important. Like, the right circle is so important. If you sit in bad company, they will advise you to let's hang out, let's have some cigarette, let's have some alcohol, let's waste some time, and let's talk to some girls. But if you are in right circle, you will go to the gym, they will go to the gym, and they will convince you to go with them. If they are making money, they will convince you to make more money. This is the importance of brotherhood, this is the importance of right circle. They will motivate you, they will convince you to do the right things. And please, or you can also join my Discord server where we talk, and we don't have any much member. And personally, I don't see my Discord server all the time because I have a lot of work and I can't be so active on Discord server. But of course, I check my Discord server and I answer to my whoever is talking. If you also want to talk to me personally, you can have my Instagram ID. I will give you in the Discord server, and we will talk personally if you want to. So this is the importance of brotherhood. That's the reason I make Discord server, because if something happens to me, I will uh, talk in the Discord server. And the other thing is, a lot of amazing things are happening, and if I start making money through a different thing, I will also convince you. I'm working on it, and if start making money, I will also convince you to make more money. I will also teach you to make more money, and I will show you the right path how you can do it. And a lot of people who are making money are in my Discord server. You can also join and talk to the other people, but don't get scammed. If anyone is talking about you have to invest that money into this, don't get scammed, bro. Don't never get scammed, never put your money on strangers. Don't get scammed. So this is the importance of brotherhood, and brotherhood is very important. Bye bye. This video is end. I hope God bless you. I hope you get successful in life.